I was approached by ICE officers and they said, we have reasons to believe that you are an illegal alien. That's the word that they use. I told them I'm an American citizen and they said, well, if you are, you will see the judge in 24 hours and we will release you. And 24 hours turned into 3.5 years. I was looking to come back to society, back to my family. Walking through the gate, I was approached by ICE. They showed me a picture of me, you know, and said, we have a warrant from you. I felt terrible. I mean, my freedom being snatched away in a second, it hurted me a lot. I was placed in solitary confinement for 3 months and it was devastating. I absolutely lost my mind. I went from being locked up for 23 hours a day now to being locked up 24 hours a day. It is my opinion and personal belief that they were trying to get me lost in the system. They were trying to cover themselves. I mean, they messed up huge. They messed up big time. I'm a citizen. What am I doing here? They didn't want to listen. None of the paperwork that I submitted, I felt they passed on to their superiors. Send me to Louisiana on this big plane like Con Air, and then, you know, I get off and I'm in the back of a truck and I'm handcuffed. I'm frightened. I'm thinking maybe they're gonna come kill me or feed me to the gators or something. One day they said, Mr. Watson, pack your stuff up. And I said, where am I going? They wouldn't tell me anything. Next thing I know, I was being ushered out the door in Alabama. I didn't have any clothes. I didn't have any money. I didn't have anything at all. I was let out of prison, still wearing my prison uniform. I remember walking to this gas station and there's this white female and I'm approaching her and she's like thinking the worst. And I'm like, no, no, no. You know, I'm really a nice guy. I just need your help. I said, can I use your phone? Got back to New York. It was a relief. It's quiet at night, you know. Sometimes I like to come outside here and just relax and, you know, the moon would be above me and I would sit there and try to just meditate. But the happiness didn't last too long. I suffered from anxiety attacks. I would get on the train and the train would be crowded and I would immediately try to run off. I started suffering mentally and emotionally of all the trauma and the things that I went through. I've thought about suicide a lot of times. But, you know, I don't believe that's the right thing to do. There are a lot of things that transpired in the Buffalo Federal Detention Facility that I want people to know. There were a lot of guys in solitary confinement that I would consider has huge mental problems. And what I noticed that they're not getting the right treatment. They're not seeing doctors. There were so many people like me in there. All these families just being broken up, especially nowadays. ICE been raiding people's houses. There are people walking around in fear, like thinking that next thing you know, and agents is gonna just drag you and put you in a bus and shove you off somewhere, you know, come in the middle of the night, kick your door in. This is the fear that people feel. People that come to this country that work dead-end jobs, minimum wage, work so hard just to support their family, just to support their kids. The statute of limitation, of course, ran out while I was in prison. The statute of limitation started the day I got picked up.